a mirror matchup for both of these teams on Ascent.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I'm like, the first 2 matches could be mirror matches from these teams, but already a switch up from EG, and you look at that composition, you're like, wait, no KJ anymore, but you have a Raze who can mess with Killjoy's utility all she wants. See if Dapper has to set up differently here for some of these sites. We are going to see a defensive setup for Chamber and so towards B to start things off here as Sentinels are going to be attacking. And, and it'll be slowed down right away.
Well, we started quickly slowed down by Boostio. Nice little tag going on the B side as the Sentinels are trying to push into this B site. Nice little shocky indeed, and it doesn't allow Sentinels to really get into the site as of yet. Comm is holding towards the back of the default boxes. Is going to be able to drop one before to allow the rest of EG to rotate back and trade off the rest. So a great start. It was fast on both ends pretty much with the Chamber versus this paranoia from Sick and a push from Sentinels, but that was really greatly answered by EG.
Yeah, absolutely. Great timing on the observers to switch to Boostio at that moment because it looked like Ten's got clothesline coming straight out of that B archway. Just like fishing line right across the top, and he just went down. So we go to our second round after EG feeling real confident there, and we saw that Raze utility coming in, separating Sentinels as well on the site. EG wants to play this as aggressive as they can once they have each other in place.
We already have a good map control from EG from the beginning. Recon Dart with also using the TP to get aggressive angles, and then already Boostio's rotating back towards this B site. But you can see now from this radar, Sentinels are inching towards this A side, and we continue to have these one-ways coming out from the Omen of Apoth. They're just going to try to hold it back here between himself and Reformed.
And we take the Killjoy out. Trademark for EG's Chamber will be going towards mid, where you would usually see the alarm bot, so that'll get left up in Pizza with a pretty wide range to cover. More smokes here to deter any of the rush at A, but it looks like Sentinels are pretty dead set here unless they find a pick with Dapper across the map at this point.
There's just so much information right now for EG. The Alto just comes outside of E main. You still have aggressive angles on mid side from Boostio, so they know that this hit, especially with that 0 point. Okay, everything's confirmed. They could start pushing forward and even go for a flank. So the windows of opportunity of trying to be sneaky for Sentinels has definitely been closed, and they just have to be now on their toes to make sure that they could retaliate. Apoth is already ready with the paranoia on a last-second hit. Boostio getting the first blood with that push up on Catwalk, but Calm is still pushing forward. He's going to meet up with more. He's only spawning one so far and sees the last two swinging out, and that's Sick and Tense just trying to stay things alive for a bit. But that's Boostio with some nice ADS with the Headhunter, and indeed, just living up to that ability. 2 nice headshots and 2 rounds for EG.
You can feel it through the screen. At least I can. Oh my god, I love seeing plays like that. Whether it's Sen or EG pulling that out, it's exactly what we come for every day. Great setup here too. Comet already pushed around. And Boostio had the Ghost on this round. That was his first blood push. He was just like, oh, yep, didn't need to buy here. Vandal coming into this third round, that would be a bonus. And you're still going to have money for next coming into. So, tour de force almost there. EG has done such a great job controlling the map and just suffocating Sentinels to start.
And that's where I praise FaZe, for example, how even when Baby Bay's playing a Jet, building up the economy in the first few rounds, could go for an aggressive rifle in the bonus, loses that one, but still has an ultimate that could change the round over with a dual defense. But let's talk about that in a bit, because it's looking to be fairly quick for the attacker side, as Sentinels are going for that paranoid control into tree side. It's given up by EG. The battle's going in towards mid. Apoth still gets a frag, though, up on that sliding door, and it's a crossfire between him and Reform. A little bit of a paranoid going back on the defender side, but Sick still gets the kill. But the satchel charge just comes out on that defender side, and Kempeki falls. A 4-on-3 as we are now moving into the site for the Sentinels. Sick is indeed around the corner, but that's a double swing to come out. Shazam's trying to trade it out, but it's only able to get one. Dapper looking for the clutch, now spotted by the Jenny. 47 seconds left in the round as he picks up the spike, and he now just kills the noise for a bit. Back on the garden side, looking for the flank from behind. And Calm is reading this. Back down towards the ramp, but Dapper still wins the fight. A 1 versus 1, and Jogimo only has a Spectre to work with no utility left, and Dapper's about to go for a plant at B with everything else in his kit.
Exactly. Alarm bot down, he'll have the turret to trigger, and wherever he needs to get safety, puts it straight up top. Really leaving nothing to chance here. And all he has to do is set up, clean and cut. And that is Dapper. Let's see if he can make this one happen. I love the way he rotated on that, on his back here. He went fast towards that A ramp, right? And Welcome knew Dapper knew he needed to switch up his positioning right away after so much fighting happened at Tree. That's the final kill of the round. A 3K for Dapper, and brings the bonus back in favor of Sentinels to take it away from EG.
Yeah, it was looking really good for AG to converge into that bonus, which would have made things great for the economy. But at least, thankfully, we have Dapper, again, killing that noise, going for the Red Bull clutch with the way that he understood the rotation going back towards Heaven's side, because he was pretty much playing out in the open at that sliding door, so he didn't have any pressure from Tree side, knowing that the flank wasn't coming in, and a great pathing back towards the B side for the plant. And now, though, at least, still a very expensive round that was won by Sentinels. It doesn't look like they have a full gun into this one, as TenZ has a Marshall.
Folds over the tour de force as well for this round.
Exactly.
That'll be just the hold at B. Big here, Tom now. Spraying a few off of that area. So it looks like this will be a Sentinels kind of absorb and figure out what the play is. You can already see the spike is down, see how much utility they can get out of Evil Geniuses. And we'll see what tricks Sentinels has up their sleeve. Again, they bring the same composition in. They want it to work. Not really near any alt points besides Dappers. So that looks like what the fold into B will be. How are they going to execute?
We're also waiting for, after this lockdown, for the recon dart and also the 0 point from the attackers to come out here for Sentinels, because everything's been used pretty much early into the round. And here comes the exec with a couple of seconds left. And TenZ makes it in. One's going to get detained in Boostio, but he's just going to stay safer on the corner. Still trying to move inside the site to get the plant, though.
A few of the smokes stop them, which is going to help. However, getting into the site, they are going to be setting up that defense, not a default plant. Leaving the diffuser in the open. If you have control of the site, it's going to help quite a bit. And now they hide. They know that tour de force is still alive. Sentinels is not going to peek and give up those easy angles. You see TenZ holding such a tight one, but he gives it up the second time.
Kempeki still has a flash, so this could be huge going into the later half or the retake attempt, and it's not even needed. Everybody else that was staying out towards the staircase just immediately shut down EG, trying to come back with that retake.
And that was a necessary round for Sentinels, more so than just winning a round. They had to push through another buy by EG. The bonus was there for Boostio because he could go for the tour de force. EG was still going to have money, and TenZ had to buy a Marshall here. Sentinels come up with the win, and they kind of weather that early game storm that EG had set up nicely in economy, pushing EG back down. Sentinels take a bit of control over the game now.
Exactly, so full armor is back. They can pick up the weapons, back into a rifle round here on the attack, not using an operator on TenZ. They still want to go with the rifle execs into the sights. While for EG, back into a round where they have to go into an eco. And we actually do have the Headhunter that could do a lot of work here, a lot of damage for Boostio lately, but
hello.
We talked about the IGLs with the fragging capabilities and Shazam.
Yeah.
Well, he's stopping the doubters right now with the first blood.
Oh. Headhunting. Whether they have that ability or not, TenZ gets another few flicks on it. 5 HP. He tempts fate on that. And they're going to get the spike now, knowing the map is quite open, just moving it slow. They should be able to get the spike down and secure another round for themselves here on this save for EG.
Hoth, he stays on this man, potentially get a kill here towards the back of that fridge, but Sick was waiting for that on catwalk.
Yeah.
This is just going to leave calm, and as they know that Asova's usually playing towards B, you already see this spike booking towards the A site, everybody else closing in into the B site. Just hunting for that ult orb. Try to give it to somebody, and it's going to be Dapper that's going to take it.
Nice. Yeah, Dapper was one of the reasons they were able to get that first round when they went towards B, right? The ultimate on the way in, just using the default strat they've been running, and that's fundamentals in doing that. Sick was actually smoking a little bit later towards the end of the lockdown, going down on those rounds here. As we focus on this, some beautiful opening shots. 3 going the way of Sentinels before you see EG even getting a return fire. And Sen stringing together a good few rounds there, looking clean with this strat. See if EG can pull it back into their favor now. They're back on buys. There's that Odin once again. It looks like it's going to be somewhat of a setup here for Sentinels A fast.
Yeah, and at least the 0 point comes in to stop a few. Hunter's Fury comes out early just so that the other ones can rotate over for the defender side. Sick makes it into the back spawn, but Reform was ready for that on that rotate. Even a 0 point comes out from the defender side, and it suppresses TenZ. We at least have a plant for Sentinels.
Getting the positioning in. And look at the beginning of that one once again after this round is over, but right now it's the 5v4 retake coming in for EG. A lot of guns to make this tough from Sentinels.
Still going to work here and still holding the ground. The last two guys up on Heaven for EG. It's going to be very difficult. Okay, a little bit of damage with the shock dart and an op shot. It's back to a 2v2. It's common Lucio. There's no recon dart, so you have to go for the body checks and make sure that the traits work. One on the left, one on the right. The alarm bar is huge here as they're pushing forward, and Dapper has been on point this game so far with the last kill onto Boostio. It looks scary on that 4v2, but again, Dapper saves the round.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Saves the round, saves the day. Dapper is just so tight in these 2v whatever situations, whether it's a long play and he's got to exit the situation and come back to it, or play right in the midst of the firefight here, picking up 2, and then being able to keep himself off angle from the situation around Jenny here with an Odin on his left side too, just absolutely trying to obliterate him. So much help from the team there. What a nice job by everybody on Sen. It seems like the comms are working, and you're going to need that from this.
That was nice. Kenpeki reading that 0 point, forcing Boostio or to peek out and try to snap his fingers to get away. But he actually snaps into another dimension as he gets picked off. And that's another default running in for Sentinels, trying to see if the rest of the defenders are going to try to react off the loss of a player. And indeed, they are out on Catwalk. It works for Paint Shells to even up the tally, but at least 10 spotted information of 3 players out on Catwalk. So that's technically a weaker B site.
And that was his pick now with the Phantom this time. Definitely not the headshot return he was looking for. He gets hit out by the nade.
Coming back.
Just seeing what kind of things Sen's going back to. You know, what worked for him last time. If they're going to peek ends on Kyles, why not do it again? And that time, like you said, they sent more. Here in the site, Dapper just toying with them. Says, all right, peek me again. I'm going to close the door here and add a little bit more security to B site myself.
That's all you wanted. But Calm still in the back of the site. Shock dart doesn't hit him. Still looking to play around the arches. He does have a crossfire from the staircase, and it works with 2 kills for Reform. It then gets answered back by Sick, who now has to battle back towards that door that's now been broken right after on the 2v2. Sheriff's on the board, Apoth on his own. He TP's back, and it keeps Sick confused, and Sick is playing a smarter move to just fall back with his teammate to not give the advantage back into EG as he peeks out into the market side, gets that final frag, and Sentinels are continue to take the lead on the attacker side, and it's a great start of all things.
It really is, and everybody has their moments of calling on some dark arts this game. We've seen so far. Reform there with a few shots, Boostio before, but it seems like Sentinels is able to put the pieces together from everybody right now. Right, they're working really well off Kenpeki's flashes that are basically coming over the shoulder of 10s on these engages. Shazam sonar bolts are already there, and is 6 kind of either getting info or distracting. We did see him go down as he tried to ult in the back of A Heaven on their last one, but they win that round, right? They're getting in, they're taking their space, and they're demanding that EG do something about it. Sentinels isn't waiting for much to happen. They're making it happen right now. It's been pretty interesting to watch this kind of change in pace that they're bringing. Yeah,
and a change in the map pool, too. There was an opportunity, as the Des mentioned before, that with that first ban that came in, which was Haven from EG, there was potentially a bind that was available for Sentinels to pick, but instead they choose this map where even when we're looking at the beginning of the year, it's always been like a shaky map for Sentinels, and we always, you know, said, okay, Haven's in the bag, and then you have bind in the bag, and then the rest is just like, okay, hit or miss, but it's definitely a hit so far after we see the first 7 rounds.
Hands on the operator here. He goes back to Tiles, says, peek me once more. Nobody's going to do it this time. EG does not want that fight anymore. They send a few towards B main, though.
Turret destroyed.
B main is a battle of information. First, it's going to be the alarm bot. Should I say the turret, then the alarm bot?
Ooh, damage.
Counter flashes going through. Yeah, it's pushing a few back. This is actually pretty good. You're wasting out on utilities on the defender side for Sentinels and still have your lockdown to work with to potentially work some sort of fake if you want. But out of all this information, it's aggressive from EG, but TenZ is slowly moving out here towards Kench and slowly taking mid control.
And that's 2 seen. KO jump, and I think they got Shazam right on the back with that sonar bolt. Or that, sorry, the owl drone. They pop. Oh, the turn! The flash! Oh, what teamwork. Oh, enough said.
Kenpeki's going to try to turn it around back in their favor, but he gets spotted by the 0 point. Oh, no! Calm misses a shot, and this is a timing for Kenpeki to move in, so Reform falls. Of at least
Apoth got it.
Apoth, yep, they got their 2 first kills, anchoring inside the site this time as he fell back after those 2 kills. Is able to at least calm down and weather the storm for Sentinels that almost had an opportunity to turn it over. Now TenZ with the operator we mentioned before has this tailwind activated,
30
but now
seconds left.
cannot spot anybody
Player
there.
standing.
Oh, misses the shot, unfortunately, as he probably did a sidestep on that
Yes,
frag, leaving
yes.
now Shazam on his own, breaking the recon dart. Information now given that he's walking inside the 8 site. 18 seconds left on the clock. Goes for the swing after hitting the switch, and Calm stops him. At least he doesn't miss that one for EG,
Yeah.
as that was a much-needed timeout and a much-needed round.
Just a little calibration on those first 13 shots. Don't worry about it. You're zeroing in that sight. EG do stop the bleeding, though. Sentinels have just been going back and forth on these sites. Like I said, they had a lot of pace. This time they were slowed down, right? EG stepped up to be main, and they stopped what was happening there, instantly taking a few things out and also delivering an owl drone. Then you get over to A, and you see this awesome setup from Reformed and APOTH that instantly wipes 2 members of Sentinels, slowing things down even more. EG got to hold that round again. Let's see if Sentinels can take it back, or EG feel good to step up again. They're playing a little bit further back.
Busio is actually keeping back very early into these rounds when he's looking for this big control. And it looked like Sentinels were looking for that at the beginning. The paranoia comes out with the owl drone, the null command. But actually, it's them falling back as the null command, came back out on the both sides, it seems.
Soon that tailwind got activated, and it's just bye-bye. Hens has to back up, going towards now B side. Spike still hovers towards A. But EG doing a good job of kind of sourcing the early information and, again, shutting Sentinels down, so they have to somewhat call an audible. They can run the same strat. Looks like they will. Have a little bit of a flank here by Dapper in mid. Well, we'll see if they actually trade that and bring Dapper over to Tree with his ultimate. They have a few to use this round. A seems to be the focus.
Recon Dart just came out towards the B side, so we're trying to keep EG ready for the A side hit potentially, and now it's going to be confirmed with a lockdown towards mid side. Pen's already pushing in, headshot by Busio. The Hunter's already come out, a TP out on the other end, but it's still Kempeki and Sick pushing in, and they're opening up the site. Unfortunately, the upshot by Busio does not connect, and that's Calm and Jogimo. But Jogimo does have a showstopper. If he gets his first kill back towards the Heaven Siders, they're playing inside the smoke up towards Heaven. Things might change. But it's still Calm trying to meet up with his teammate. Smoke about to dissipate. Here it is. A Sick misses the shot, unfortunately. Now down to a 3 versus 2. Player advantage for Sentinels. The op picked up, and this might be the cue for EG to save.
I love what Dapper and Sentinels did there. I've always wondered in what positions can you move the map around to use Killjoy's ultimate to completely cut off rotations, right? Not just the ult, not just push a site out, but, you know, just take a team off guard and being able to get back. You saw Tree was covered, Heaven was covered, since we saw Sick getting so many frags there right away. Really neatly played by Sentinels there to just put something different on the map. Make sure they throw down lockdown in the middle so the rotation can't come in.
Now that the 2-weapon save are actually very important because the economy is kind of busted here for the defender side. Thankfully, there is a dual defense available if they want to go for a double op. But it's just going to be a couple of rifles instead, small shields. If they actually lost another player, that would have been even more difficult in terms of their economy. But thankfully, they do have enough to survive into this round and with full weaponry at least. Hens going with the rifle into this round as they're looking for mid-aggression for EG.
Okay. Oh,
Misses, but at least
Kempeki
gets the wall
approaches
bang.
it. Almost lives there.
Hens looking for the trade on the other end by the shed. Dapper going to support as well, so they could go for the numbers advantage on the trades. Darknell still stuck around the corner, still gets that kill, but again, gets sprayed through the smoke as in retaliation from Dapper. That's still that player advantage going in for EG early in this round.
2 huge plays for Jogimo to push up into Sentinels in a spot that they have been covering basically every round with 10s or a few more to get that trade on Cat, playing to the condition that's being set here in a few of the early rounds. Jogimo able to pick up 2 for 1 there and say that's good for it. We'll see how Sentinels can approach this B site.
Going to be difficult. 0 point spotted 2 of them, so it's already being pinged out. By Reform. Trying to creep under the staircase. It works out. Dapper is good for those usually. But here comes that other push from the sidewalk. He spots that recon dart and also Shazam stuck inside the corner. Ping also spots Reform. So that's 2 players now separated from a 2-player push from Sick and Shazam. The Calm is still playing towards that staircase. That's Spike down with 20 seconds left on the clock. Shazam. All right, gets that first headshot. Looking for the plant with 16 seconds. We're pushing it on both ends. He lets go of the plant, rather. And Boostio stops him with the pistol. So a nice little push on both ends to get that frag, and EG now puts 4 on the board.
Clean play there. You know, just going back to not trying to make a hero play. You can speak to Calm and playing the right side of lane, where he was taking shots at Shazam, and he took a few pop shots, but then said, hey, I need to back up into sight. And while he went down to the entry after the fact, it saved time. The rest of EG came in. They're doing a great job of shutting down Sentinels before they can get their strategy in the mix, whether that's taking down 10s or making sure they get a bit of utility out. It seems like EG is trying to put something on Sentinel's plate as soon as possible. Here, Boostio just walks out into mid. So he has cover from Cat, and there it is. Shazam goes down, no more initiator.
Exactly, and Tens couldn't be there to go for the trade with his own operator, so again, TPing away. As Apop gets the frag here onto Sick, up towards the A side. Threw a Hunter's Fury on defense, rather. I was going to say, EG were able to put these rounds up, but they had to use a couple of ultimates and set plays to get these rounds, and this was going to be finally one of those rounds that's reset where Sentinels has been a little bit better in terms of their defaulting and winning rounds when it comes down to the gunfights, but this round definitely, it's changed over with Boostio with that first blood on that mid side. So they got a minute left with the spike down.
I said no more initiator. They have Impact. Just dramatizing Shazam going down.
I mean, you can kind of play that as a duelist, right? The real definition of the agents doesn't really matter, I guess, at this point. I mean, Chambers as Sentinels, you can play him as a duelist.
They're so ready for each other. Tenz's pick is pivotal here. Literally, the round relies on this shot, and it happens. Reform goes down. Can they follow this up?
The false shot missed.
Oh, my word.
In the back of this site is going to be Apon. Important position where he's at. Gets that first one onto 10s. Paint Shell's coming out too to stop on the sidewalk. He swings back out for the triple kill and a 4 into the round. What a round by Apoth as EG are 1 round away of tying things up into the half.
Oh my, you might wonder how the additions would play for this team. You see they both are added around April 21st, 22nd, so each of the players have had time to get comfortable, feel good. You've seen Kempeki frag, we're seeing Apoth frag now. No question about it. The spots they have are definitely deserved here. Apoth putting up some beautiful frags there to completely keep B site on lockdown. Whew.
Looking quick here towards the main side. A fast push attempted by Sentinels. It's stopped by Fragment on the ground on the defender side. Apoth looking to TP into safety. He was out in the open. Full teleportation comes out into the site for 6. The Reform still comes out from the sliding door, continues forward, and it's going to be a hail of trades, but still in favor of EG. Another one through the smoke. That's a triple for Jogimo, and the last one is stuck inside Wine, and that's going to be Shazam on his own. Once again, in a situation where he's going to look to try to clutch this. He spots 2 at least, and Jogimo seals a deal into the round, and EG comes back with the fight. It's 6-6 into the half. Let's take a break, and when we return, the second half continues. Welcome back here to the second half. Now Sentinels on the defense. Looking at this lineup here for EG. Now taking the attacker side. Array is actually pretty important with what they could do in terms of droning for information. As you see Jogimo playing outside towards the shed side. But still, look at how passively it's starting off on the attacker side for EG. Are they expecting potentially an aggressive push from Sentinels?
Right. A 0 point, maybe. Some darts, at least to get away from the initial hit. Oh, look at... I think Calm was looking for the... Okay, right click. Okay, right click. Calm
something with the pistols today, actually.
Yeah, seriously. Something else.
Nice little dinks. That's just going to be the cue now for the rest of EG to get back into this B side. At least to start, and I like the recon dart going out from Shazam. It's going to ping one out. A couple of nades going out just to push Dapper away from the defender spawn, and now EG has to move a little bit quicker because there's a flank coming in about 10 seconds for the other 2 players of Sentinels up on the mid side. So that plan's going to come in. They finally initiated into the site. Dapper trying to go for a fight, forces a TP away here from Boostio. Now as things will calm down for a bit, the Allen Drone's going to spot Dapper on that rotate, so they know that Kong's playing towards that B main side. But it's still 3 players from EG playing in the back of the site.
Run, Calm, run! Going for the far flank. He actually chooses from B main to go all the way around. Does he buy enough time though? 3 in Boathouse.
Exactly. I mean, they've done their job on the backside. Calm comes in for that flank as they were still focused on B main. What a run by Calm, going around the world for those frags, and EG win the pistol.
Oh yeah, he laces up. I think it was the decision to say, okay, I'm gonna get 0 pointed, so I'll back up off of B main. Well, wait a minute. Why don't I just go full flank? And then he ran all the way around. Coming up with the last 2. Nice little graceful jumping right click to finalize that last kill. And friend, pistol round goes to EG. They were running just around Sentinels on that round. Nicely done.
Yeah. And that owl drone was actually quite a good owl drone because he was already spaced pretty far back into the B main to allow for that flank to come a little bit faster and not rotate. But nonetheless, we are going to have Sentinels out into an eco round where they tried to put a lot of pressure onto this B side, but it stays as a stalemate.
Playing it slow again. Say, throw everything you got. Let us see where you actually have Kenpecky. Unless he knows these cross map 0 points, they can usually avoid. Trademark setup actually close, so they know if anybody's going to come around here. Kenpecky make it. Oh, is he's not going to look to the right. Or he is. Meeting Crow. Nicely done. So that gives EG something to think about, really. Like, are they going to push this anymore? It seems like EG just says, let's not think about it, and let's push back. We don't have to worry about a flank. So slowly played here, just looking for info on both sides. And EG doesn't want to give Sentinels anything. They're like, did they buy? Maybe, possibly. They're leaving everything up to chance.
And initially, Kenpecky with the 0 point didn't spot anybody, so that's why it didn't initiate any early rotations out from Sentinels from B to A. So Reform's going to get this plat down, have a close battle soon inside this sliding door, waiting for this timing to come down from the rotate up on the heaven side. Works out, it killed enough time. We have the rest of the cavalry of Sentinels on that on that tree side. Location now revealed from that dart.
Oh.
Dapper is going to get that right there up on that staircase, doing that econ damage. Things are still looking good for EG on the attack. And as you can already see it, Dapper picks up that bulldog and he's going to save it. So Shazam is just going to try to do some solo plays on the A site, get stopped right away. So that's going to be EG with another round coming in. And actually Dapper focusing back to actually focus on looking for exit kills with the bulldog instead.
That's a good pickup. Uh-oh. It's good for Dapper. Get that burst fire going. Oh, the trade sides, they create just too many targets to look at. Jogamo picks it up. And 2 go down there. So nice damage from Sentinels on pretty much full pistols there with maybe a bit of utility. As EG now fold over to bonus, having to purchase a few weapons. And we'll see if those stay to Spectres.
You could see like all this juggling around from the buy that losing those 2 rifles in the beginning, or the 2 guns that were purchased, is keeping them guessing. Should we actually invest in a little bit more? How's our econ into the next round? And
it's huge.
We're looking with the Stinger. It's actually, we've seen some good stuff today with the Stinger coming out from 7, so let's see if the EPOS could do the same thing.
So it seems like the early utility is just constant. Whether they're conditioning each other or not, they really haven't changed, throwing out those 0 points, throwing out a bit of stop utility here. Make sure EG can't just be rushing in. Such an annoying turret, and he pulls it back.
Oh my god, and he Dapper recalls it. The turret wins.
Yeah, a bit more time on putting that back out from a while ago, but still going to be able to have a nuisance with that if they set it up on site and they need to rotate. Alarm bots mid, remember, this is the change for EG coming in, right? They bring the chamber in, they don't have the Killjoy anymore, where Sentinel still runs that. Alarm bot mid. A lot of that util stopping what will happen over at B, and we were kind of looking, would Jogamo be able to destroy that? Still has a few blast packs if they do decide if they want to go into a site. So we'll see if that becomes a priority, but they may try to work mid for the first time here as they push into a Sentinel's gun round.
Definitely with the placements of the rendezvous from Boostio, is going to be looking for that fast push, get back towards the B side. 30 seconds left. Alarm bot now triggered as Dapper is getting ready for it at the staircase of the B site. He does have support from Sick too. And the recon comes in from the attacker side. There's only 18. Oh my god, they're going back to A with 18 seconds left. The rotate's coming out. Boostio's making a lot of noise here, but there's only 10 seconds left. We're going with the TP back into the A site. And now it's a race against the clock more than kills. He goes for another TP. They're shrouded set to finally get the frag. And is going to be, are there going to be any utilities coming in? There's that fragment on the ground, but the plant comes down. Calm is pushing in towards that window side to kill 3. And somehow they get flabbergasted for Sentinels. There's only 2 players left in that 4 versus 2 when you invested so much into the rifles. Are you going to save here? Sick is hesitating first. He's looking for an opportunity to maybe catch some on the post-plant positioning. Might look to be going for it for Sentinels. Nice smokes here on the attacker side as well. The sprays on both ends. The flank from Joggimo, but it doesn't pay off. So things are looking good. We still have low HP for the players of EG, but look how far Calm is back with the Hunter's Fury. He's just going to play the clock into his side. This is a guaranteed round for EG no matter what. So Sentinels are looking to save their weapons, and Calm on a rotate stops 1.
God, 5 HP.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that round happened. That has to be practice, that they know that they have enough time to run back into the A site.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the teleports being upgraded for Omen to be so quick, right? Makes that available as well. But absolutely bamboozled. The great bamboozle of today's rounds. That was really nicely played. Sentinels doing a bit of repairing there as much as they could. But EG said, no, we have the ground, we have the placing. Calm as well, doing Calm things again. 16 and 8 for Calm. Remember, Calm and Apoth coming into this team in April. It seems like they've slotted in well.
Some crazy stuff going in with what's being called out by Boostio.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that everybody's able to just be on board and not consider the angles twice. Keep going forward, trust in your teammate. You see the play in motion right now for EG and why they've been so strong here.
Trust your teammates, play as a team. That's what Boostio said in the pregame when we're setting up the stage for EG and Sentinels. And setting up this round is a little bit of orb control, a little bit of audio cues coming in from EG on the attacker side, a ping coming in onto Sentinels, who's forced on the save, with only Sick having a rifle. Wait, Goomba stomps Tens, as Tens still gets the kill. At least they get the trade there for Joggimo's sacrifice, and now they're moving into the site here for EG. Kempeki still trying to look for some pressure with the Sheriff at that sliding door. But it looks to be a plant now for Evil Geniuses. The battle here on the other end. Sick, though, with that rifle that disabled that previous round, gets 2 kills. Make that even 3 from the top of heaven. And now it's reformed on his own. But still no rifles for the rest of Sentinels as of yet, with the exception of that Phantom moving in. Shock darts now. Reform gets a little bit of chip damage. Beautiful paranoia going out here for the defender side as Sentinels wins that round off the back of Sick's rifle that he saved in that previous round.
Absolutely speechless. Like, it probably couldn't have happened any other way. Sick needed to do that on the entry. If EG were to get in and garrison themselves to the angles they needed, defending the post plant, that would have been a much different story. Sick absolutely taking it upon himself there to push in the chaos of what really was the setup for EG. Perfect timing. The rest of the team comes in to clean that up. Really big play from him there, and it's not just Tens right now. It's definitely a lot of the team coming together to help bring that score line up, because EG has put the pieces together. As you've seen, it's Joggimo, it's Boostio, it's Apoth. We've seen Reformed and Calm all hit some frag this game.
For Sentinels on the attacker side was Dapper, now some saves from Sick.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here. A pivotal round now for Sentinels to turn it over and potentially tie the game up, because the economy is really low now for EG with the round that they just lost. You already see a Guardian for Apoth as well. A loss into this round could potentially put Sentinels at 9. Where EG would be on a save. Recon Dart or Owl Drone coming out on the defender side. Wall bang onto Reform. He's down to 29 HP. Boostio still creeping up forward, looking for the alarm bot. In that range to hear it. It's definitely be heard that time, as it even triggers him.
Yep.
Forces a TP back, and they lose mid-control for EG now.
Looks like they'll play towards B. Tens trying to stay mobile after every operator shot, puts himself a tree with a bit of help from Kempeki if they need to get out of a situation. Nicely darted out. They see where Calm is, so they can almost read where that initiator play is coming from, but it may be a false read here. They're going to rotate back into it, though. So the timing of EG rotating back, they hope, makes
30
Sentinels
seconds
think
left.
that Calm being there was just a fake flank.
And this could be just a Hunter's Fury entry as well, just to try to create the disruption towards this A site when they're going to try to get in. Actually, it started off with a little bit of utility usage towards this B site, and okay, maybe you don't need that Hunter's Fury when Boostio gets an entry like that. But we still have anchors inside the A site of Sick and Kenpeki, and it's not looking good here for EG at all.
Nope. Like I said, that round was kind of based on the hope that there would be the rotation. What did EG do just a few rounds ago, Vans, that we were wowed by? They did a last-second rotation. So Sentinels is not going to be rotating off the site. Like I said, they saw Calm at A with a 0 point from Kenpeki. EG says, okay, well, if we take time to rotate back to A, Sentinels will say, that's too much of a delay. They probably would have done something by now at the other site, or mid or B. And no, Sentinels didn't move at all, right? So EG kind of just overthinking that one a little bit, rotating right back into the hands of Sentinels.
EG looking to figure things out as Spike was in spawn for quite a while with Apoth. Still going back and forth. They dropped the Spike for a default play. Because they still have the rifle from Jogimo from the previous round.
Yeah.
Still have one ult orb away from a showstopper, but they're not looking for control of that. They're looking for control of mid early. Oh no.
Oh my word. Okay.
That's a rifle down.
Dead to right.
Huge drop, actually, because it's not gonna be in a position for EG to be able to retrieve that rifle, unless we have something with the underhand. But nice anti-flash positioning here from both Sentinels, or at least a reaction trying to turn around on time. And at least that's not gonna do much. We're looking to see a Sentinel tying up the game once again.
Oh, saw the barrel. Oh, right in the kisser.
Picks up that weapon. Spike is down, though, and he heard the updraft, and now even 10 spotted him as he drops over the archway. Top catwalk, the off-out. There you go. It was only a matter of time as we have a tied game between both EG and Sentinels here on the first map of Ascent.
Oh, my word. I actually thought EG would really be pushing this strategy a little bit harder. We've seen Jojimo go in a few times, and we saw him Goomba stomp 10s there. More of a save round on that, where they were trying to force their pressure and really swamp whoever they were getting into with a death ball. But here, it seems like they're waiting for the ults, which they have this round, to explode. And Sentinels has kind of figured out how to stop their defense, or I'm sorry, EG's offense, if it's not that initial rush, right? If they don't have to initially react. And we know Sentinels is always played as a retake team, whether that's changed for a meta or not. They have that ability. So if we see them leave a site, it maybe doesn't mean they've chose wrong. It might mean that Sentinels is just ready to play retake now.
Lots of ults across the board, but also a very important one from Kenpeki that could actually stop the showstopper and potentially a Hunter's Fury if EG are looking to pop into the A site.
Yeah.
Kenpeki's in a perfect position for that. Okay, sick. Nice kill there onto Calm. Is that ult coming out from Dapper forced players up on catwalk to get out from their positions on catwalk. A good way to run the clock down. As Lucio's trying to walk in. It's a good timing here. Turret's going to spot him, of course. And a knife is coming out from the shadows, gets cancelled. Dogimo's just trying to do whatever he can to try to close his door. At least he finally closes it, but with the cost of his life, and that's a big showstopper out of the board.
It's like hand sliding down the wall, grabs the trigger. So it looks like it is going to be that retake play. All 5 members of Sentinels ready to crash back into the site. The lockdown's been used, so EG knows it's just going to be bodies approaching these doors. They try to fight back before it happens.
Start acting quick here for Sentinels because that clock's ticking down. There's only one more to go, and that's Shazam off the swing from the top.
Yeah.
To drop both Boostio and Apoth, and Sentinels, they come back and take command of the lead once again, as the attacker sides have been looking pretty good for both of these teams to start, but now you're seeing the defender side starting to act up a little bit more in the later half as you get the economy rights, and even on top of that, the ults on your end.
Yeah, I think you can contribute quite a bit of that to an operator, and Ultimate's online as well. When you get an ult, it definitely proves a little bit more useful to set up a defense that will slow your opponent. But once you get 10s on an op, you know, the angles you're holding the amount of speed EG wants to approach these angles is a little bit more timid. So we'll see if EG can figure out a way around this. They'll call the timeout now. If they can source where TenZ is, maybe hit the other site, that definitely would be a way to play around it. We've seen teams play around not going towards the operator before. And even at 8 and 16, you'll still have to worry about it. You know, TenZ is still putting up that danger.
And the thing is for Sentinels is they're doing actually quite well without needing TenZ this time too, right? So as we talked about on the desk, TenZ has to play MVP for them to win. This time he's far from MVP, but they're actually taking a lead this time too. And looking at the evolution of Sentinels, at least from like 2022 until now, is just little steps, baby steps, trying to figure out how they could fix things. And Sick putting himself into a position where he was a flex player, now into the controller player. He's still putting good ADR, actually, overall. Probably even the same amount of ADR in ACS from the last 2 roles, so that is a check mark. A little bit more firepower, even, as he's having more ADR than Zoms in the past 2 from Sentinels. Now they have Kempeki, a great flex player going into this, and now it's just trying to piece everything together, and slowly but surely, it's working out for a bit. It still has to be some very tough battles for Sentinels to scratch out these victories, but at least they're starting to look a lot more competitive than they were from the tail end of last year.
Yeah, so being able to string ideas together and you know, make it look like the rounds are that they're reading their opponent again, right? The old Sentinels where the domination feels like it's setting in a little bit. We'll see if they can keep pushing that story.
Not yet.
Looking to get a pick in mid, yeah. not yet with Dapper down. It's going to be a page out of EG's book to start this round off.
And with that kill, it forced out an early owl drone from Shazam, with 50 seconds left on the clock. So there's still a potential of a late mid to be split available here for EG. So that's why you see this rotate coming back now from Calm over on this B side as well. Or it could be another one of those rounds where, hey, they don't have that much to work with. They have a dual defense, a couple of ultimates. They might try to split back into the B site with their ultimates here just because of that. And there you go. There is that showstopper in. Jogmill up towards that sidewalk. And it's showstopper. It actually doesn't hit TenZ, but Busio kills him with the dual defense at least. Here comes a flank, though, from the B main side. It's being heard by Calm just around the corner. The close range. Spectre does get the kill onto Sick. And now we're pulling out with the Hunter's Fury from Shazam. Tags. Gets 1 frag, yes, and indeed 2 tags in the back of the site, allowing Kempeki to push forward. But Busio still comes in to work with that dual defense. That's Shazam on his own looking for a clutch, and it's stopped once again. Busio has come up huge into this round with 1 ultimate here from that French player.
Yeah,
or the
how
French
many
agent, rather.
3K, 4Ks are in this game, even on the EG side, right? It seems like those are the ways they're having to take down Sentinels, because Sentinels are absolutely defending these ones to the last drop, and then it's like, okay, one person has to do a complete show, and Busio does it this time. Offense or defense here, we've seen a lot of that from EG. They bring it back to tied with Sentinels. Continue to keep that operator in the hands of TenZ. He also has Blade Storm ready, so he might want to pop off and find himself going TenZ mode. He hides from this sonar bolt. EG takes control of mid to start it off. This is what they did last time. We saw Sentinels bolt or sonar bolt mid. A few more abilities to get that initial positioning out of the way, and it doesn't matter. Trade there in mid.
That was a nice shot by TenZ, and you can already see the way that Calm's like running all the way up towards this side to get the Allen drone out on mid. Just because of that nerf of the Allen drone there, he's trying to get a little bit more of a deeper clear into Pizza, into market. You got to play safe. You got to make sure that your players on B-Link are there to support you because you're out in the open pretty much. And thankfully for EG, Calm stays alive. They traded out Busio after a beautiful shot from TenZ. Everybody else is looking to work towards his B side off the null command.
Watch out where Dapper is. He actually falls in prey to that, so he can't activate any of his traps. EG is now swarming Shazam. What work can he do?
Beautiful shot from Shazam, but immediately canceled out by Apoth, and this plant is coming in for the wallbang back towards the garage control, or should I say the B-side control if they can. Calm's just playing towards that staircase, even though he's fully flashed, gets that second kill onto Dapper. Shock dart into the smoke, forcing Sig outside of the smoke. He does get a nice kill onto Calm, but then Apoth once again, immediate trades coming out for EG, and now we're going back and forth into this game, Rivington.
Wow. just wow. The fact that these rounds are happening the way they are, like the entry in, you get the null command coming out from Reform there. Sorry, there's a brain fart real quick. Coming out from Reform there, Dapper's just in range, right? And he was running away during that situation. It looked like he was almost positioning himself to be ready to activate and allow Shazam to even have more defensive cover in that B site. Then, in a moment's notice, Dapper decides to turn around, gets caught by Reform's ultimate, and then it just starts to fold over to EG's favor. Like, the seconds between the round going either way by these things happening is really incredible. The firefights, they tell their own story. But really, the little things happening in this game are really interesting to check out. Sentinels call a timeout here so they can discuss some of the little things, take a breather, and see if they can bring together a few more rounds to bring it into their favor, or let's see an OT.
Yeah. And this is off the back of Sentinels really trying to figure out how EG is going to play this game, right? Because, again, looking at the beginning of this game, we thought that it was going to be a mirror matchup, a mirror composition on this very map where EG throws a curveball. So now they're learning, okay, we have these last-second rotation hits coming in from EG. We got some fast mid to Bs. We got some fast B explosion. They have to start guessing a little bit better now for Sentinels to try to maintain this pressure on the defender side. And it starts off with pressure on this B side main. Off the Blade Storm activated, but that one way is just going to stop things for a bit too, at least on the attacker side at the same time. That 0 point canceling out the Blade Storm just for the next 5 seconds, as EG are looking to rotate back towards the A site.
Coast to coast. Oh, big fragment. Bustio still going to be the first one in here. Interesting. EG is just so confident on this rush. I feel like they've pulled Sentinels left to right. A little bit of an anti-strat here, maybe. Figuring out what Sentinels may have done through these two open qualifiers. Oh, A-10s.
That was a big paranoia for Ten to be able to get that kill. And Kempeki still moving in with Sick from the sliding door. One towards the hell side. Now Calm's on his own. And he's stopped and suppressed by the 0 point. And now it's just screen through. They're just going to try to trade it back. Yeah, he gets the kill into Kempeki, but that is off the back of Sick's beautiful paranoia that allowed the overflow of the rest of Sentinels to get into the site for that retake.
Mistio, it's like flash and run in now. You can't do like flash and dash. It's probably too high a priority to flash for something else.
Ten's dashed and got the kill with the Blade Storm, so.
Still good to see that it's appropriate even with the changes for Jet. 11-11. Good timeout discussion from Sentinels. Provides them with another round.
And a lot of games where we're casting together, where we're getting these 11-11s.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's go. Give me all the overtime games. I love to see what teams continue to be able to bring out or change or keep wanting to run their head against the wall to do something because it's almost working, and then they add one variation that makes it the golden strat, right? Oh, anything can happen here at 11-11. First game between these two, and 0-2, right? We haven't mentioned that enough for both of these teams.
The underhand flash attempt to push out towards the mid side for the control doesn't work out. It's a 1-for-1. EG continues to trade it out, though.
Chaos.
Starting off with some KO battles with information towards this A main side, but Sentinels tried to play a little bit more differently into this round and trying to take the matter into their own hands to go for a pop flash trap play to get stopped.
Calm, just on point this game. Huge opening frag on Dapper. That means the KJ Killjoy utility's gone, right? So Reform can use his 0 point in a different location. They need to get in. Owl Drone's going to clear. Here comes the util. Here comes the follow. EG have set them up very nicely with this last frag in mid.
Nice shot, though,
Shazam
by Shazam.
answers.
Not really trying to go for the switch because most of the utility was just cleared out towards the spawn side, so EG did have an idea that potentially somebody was towards the market, but Apod still loses the duel. Kempeki on the flank. The Lando shots there onto Calm. 0 point coming out, doesn't connect to the last two players of Joggimo and Reformed. Still a flash available for Reformed. Shazam down to 9 HP as he wins that fight. For that flank, a 1v1, and he heard that recon dart, and he does get that second kill for the Red Bull clutch and map point for Evil Geniuses.
Another one, Vance.
Match point.
Another 3K. The clutch. Boostio's last 4K. The Reformed Red Bull clutch 3K here. It wasn't the opening frags in the round. Really nicely played in the timing. Sidestepping that shock dart. I think it would have given the mind of Sentinels a few more seconds of him coming up the stairs, right? So he played that a bit ahead of the game. Nicely done there. Get the 2v1. And EG squeaking these out.
We're also looking at the bottom of the barrel rather, for the economy for Sentinels. They're looking to squeak out a round win to bring this into overtime. Tens was looking for that frag up by Sabrosa as he heard the Eldron come out, but it's not going to work out here. Falls back. Null Command coming out here on the attack of Reformed, as we already made it into the site now for EG. Sick just around the corner, trying to spray towards the sliding door.
Good look.
And he does get actually a nice little recon onto his opponent, but the spray doesn't work. Reformed actually even wins that fight. So now it's a 4 versus 4. A re-tempo take coming in for Sentinels. They don't have too much to work with. They have a Null Command for Kempeki though, and they need this rotate to come out. And Winnie will provide a smoke, a jump peek. That is ballsy. And on the top of a shrouded step, Apoth looking for the frag. A wallbang coming in from the bottom of the ceiling. Or the bottom to the ceiling to drop Tens. And now the last 3 players are trying to get something done, but they're wasting time. And as they're trying to come in, that Null Command gets canceled right away. And that is it. Calm going to work. And they seal the deal in the first round as EG wins the first map 13-11.